So now, last but not least, I'd love to introduce Marilyn Gordon. Marilyn Gordon is from the Brahma Kumaris. She organises and facilitates events at InnerSpace Meditation Centre in Glasgow. She's been practising and teaching meditation with the Brahma Kumaris since 1996. Marilyn works as a leader of learning with Glasgow City Council Education Services and has been teaching for over 30 years. So looking forward to what you have to share with us this evening, Marilyn.
Thank you, Frances. So probably, I'm guessing that many people on the call may not have in-depth knowledge of the Brahma Kumaris, maybe not quite so much as Sikhism and Christianity, for example. I certainly had never heard of the Brahma Kumaris when I came across them all those years ago, but we are a worldwide organisation now, and I suppose one of our claim to fame, and possibly one of the reasons we got invited along to share a little bit tonight, is that according to our website, we are the largest spiritual organisation that's led by women. So meaning not an organisation for women, but just an organisation or a spiritual group. But part of our constitution, pretty much since the beginning, was that the leaders would always be women, and they always have been. Generally, we call them daddies, which is an Indian word, and it means elder sister, but they're more like grandmothers, really. Most of them are very elderly, and we had a wonderful group of daddies for all my time with the Brahma Kumaris, but because they were so elderly, they have slowly all passed on, apart from we have one now administrative head who is Daddy Rat Mohini, and she is 98, and Daddy Janki left just a few years ago in her early hundreds. So they were just an absolute inspiration for everyone. And people have been mentioning tonight as well about style of leadership and people that inspire them. So there's so many examples worldwide for all of us, and it's lovely to just reflect and have these times when we talk about things like this, and it brings all of these incredible women back to the front of our mind and keeps us going to do the little bit that we can do as women, and as Ravinder was saying, raise our voices and be a bit feisty, as Gillian was saying sometimes too. So I won't go into too much detail about the Brahma Kumaris, but the essence of the teachings are that we are all souls. And so in a sense, the gender label is assigned to the physical costume. So our way of starting to look at how to sort of break the glass ceilings and create freedom, to create liberation, to create equality, is to see ourselves as soul brothers, or as more of a personhood, and that yes, we have different physical identities, and there's lots of different labels that we carry according to what costume we're in, but within that there's the spiritual being, and that spiritual being is intrinsically peaceful and loving, and that we can see how our leadership and our expectations of what it means to be a certain gender have gone way out of balance there. If you think about the gender expectations of male and female in some cultures now, they're so polarized. I always like the example of a shoe shop. You walk past a shoe shop and you see the women's shoes and the men's shoes. And you should get a gold medal if you can wear some of those women's shoes, I think. So things have gone, quite distinctly different. And I work in education as well, and we do a lot of work now looking at things like helping young people to question what it means to be a boy or a girl. And young people are very good at this, very good, much better than grown-ups, I think, because they've had less of that weight of expectation on them for a long time. So I love this idea of being a soul, and it helped me to start to empower myself in ways that I never thought would be possible, and to become more free feeling in myself, but also be able to identify my own voice and use my voice. Again, it's only through, for me, through spiritual practice, through meditation, peacefulness. We do also connect with God, and an understanding of God is not dissimilar, I would say, to Sikhism or Christianity, in that God is a divine being. God is the purest, the highest, the most benevolent, the most gentle, the most peaceful. So having that daily relationship just gives that extra power and strength to live life in this crazy world. I do loads of leadership things, courses and whatnots. I've got some of my latest material that I did. You probably can't see it. What is that I'm reading? Leadership Matters. Yes, very good. So there's lots of material out there, but it was interesting. Someone said at the beginning the word nuance. I think it was Francis. And that was one of the books we were asked to read recently on a leadership course. And it was all about nuanced leadership. And when you listen to the podcasts or read the book, it really is all about emotional intelligence, spiritual intelligence, and leadership circles now are throwing about this. And I can never remember it. There's 4 letters, and it's basically the world's gone crazy. And how are we going to be leaders in this crazy world? It's volatile. Do you remember the other ones? There's 4. Somebody can remind me of them. But it basically is the world's gone crazy. It's unpredictable. It's volatile. How do we lead in a world like that? And for me, the only solution is spiritual. And I know I'm one representative of the Brahma Kumaris, but I think that almost every BK would say the same thing, that the answer definitely is going back to our original peace, that it's that oxymoron. I don't really think you can fight for peace. I used to, but now I'm not so sure that that's the way that we're going to find and reestablish peace. I think it's more a return to peace. And certainly all the examples people have spoken about tonight are just perfect. If we can just keep highlighting the benefits of gender equality, the benefits of peace, and seeing that it helps everyone. No one's going to lose out by bringing back peace and love. It's got to be a win-win. So I think I'll stop now, because once you get going, you could keep going forever. So I'll say Om Shanti. That means I'm a peaceful soul. Om Shanti.